San Jose, California, 1996. Two friends, Clay Parton and Canando Amber, come together and form a band. They release two cassettes, On the Dodge and Christmas Dust. The next year, they release a 7-inch, Transmission Flux. The next year, 1998, Jason Albertini joins the band as drummer to play on their debut album, Stratosphere, and their EP, 1975. Albertini becomes more involved in the next 2 years and shared the creative credit for Contemporary Movement, which was released in 2000. But then they went silent. For 18 years, it was dead quiet. April 13th, 2018. Duster posts to their newly created Instagram that they're recording a little bit. Later, it was announced that the band's discography would be released as the box set Capsule Losing Contact, which was released on March 22nd. On July 4th, the band released their first standalone single in almost 20 years, Interstellar Tunnel, and subsequently announced their third self-titled studio album, which was released on December 13th that year. Parton said to the media that, "When we took a break almost 2 decades ago, we didn't think it was going to all completely stop. We thought we could keep drifting at least, maybe at a slower pace, with a different process, but everything just went dark. We were always in touch, and sometimes we'd talk about doing Duster things, but days just piled up." And silence again for another 3 years. March 31st, 2022. Duster surprise released their 4th studio album, Together, with several accompanying music videos. Following the release, Parton announced that Albertini had left Duster to focus on his indie rock project, Helvetia, but Albertini stated in the liner notes of the Bandcamp release of his 2023 album that his departure was due to mental health issues. Most recently, on November 17th, 2023, they released a new album of Stratosphere-era outtakes called Remote Echoes. It featured songs that reminded people what the sound of Duster was like. All in all, Duster have had a strange history when it comes to producing music consistently. They don't have a crazy amount of music, but what they do have is something special. Part 2. Duster's Sound and Albums. Duster is generally seen as indie rock or slowcore. The group has been associated with the space rock revival and slowcore movements due to their unique sound. To produce this, the band typically records on cheap, older recording equipment, such as cassette decks, giving their music a lo-fi quality. Duster's music features a lot of distortion and fuzz to make it feel older. Album 1. Stratosphere. Stratosphere is Duster's debut album, released on February 24th, 1998. It features 17 tracks spanning 54 minutes in total. Their most famous song on the album is Inside Out, which I'm sure we've all heard. While this is their first studio album, in my opinion it remains the best one they released. I think Duster is really discovering their sound with Stratosphere, and that makes it something really amazing. In the background of this segment, Stratosphere has been playing. If you like the music, I recommend you go listen to the full album. It's a long one, but it's worth it. Album 2. Contemporary Movement. Contemporary Movement is Duster's second studio album. It was released on August 22nd, 2000. A little smaller than Stratosphere, it features 12 tracks spanning 40 minutes in total. It's the first album where the songs are written by all 3 members of the band. The songs feel like a continuation of the Stratosphere album, and their most popular song on the album is Me and the Birds. Album 3. Duster. Duster, known colloquially as the Cat album because of its cover art, is the 3rd studio album by Duster. The album was released on December 13th, 2019. It should also be highlighted that there was a 19-year gap between the album's Contemporary Movement and Duster. The reason for this is thought to be the following. In 2000, the founder of Up Records, who released Duster's music, died. Operations at the label ended shortly after, and Duster's records ran out of print. Because of this, Duster drifted towards the edge of the abyss. Many thought they would never produce music again, but the Cat album surprised everybody because it seemed to pick up where Duster had left off 19 years ago. The album features 12 tracks, just like the previous, and plays 46 minutes in length. Its sound drifted more towards classic rock than previously, and its most popular song is Chocolate and Mint. Album 4, Together. Together is the last studio album produced by Duster. The album was surprise released on April 1st, 2022. It is the band's first release after the departure of the drummer, Jason Albertini. The album is described as an exploration of comfortable interplanetary goth. It features 13 tracks, spanning 47 minutes in length. Together feels to me like the most powerful album by Duster. It features more distorted singing and sound than any other album. It's my personal favorite album, partially because of how excited I was when it came out. My favorite song on the album is Teeth. Honorary mentions. Transmission Flux, EP. Transmission Flux is an EP released on the 1st of January 1997. It features only 5 tracks spanning 9 minutes and 36 seconds. Its shortest track is only 37 seconds long. It's the first EP Duster ever released. Its most popular song is Stars Will Fall. The EP was released before Jason Albertini joined the band. Transmission Flux sounds a lot like space rock and is Duster's debut in the genre. Space rock is characterized by loosely and lengthy songs structured on instrumental textures that typically produce a hypnotic, otherworldly sound. Part 3. Final remarks. Duster is not very well known as a band, but rather is known for a select few songs, like Inside Out. But I've been listening to Duster's music for years now, and their music has helped me discover what music is as a whole. Duster's music has a sort of nostalgic feel that's created with the use of strange and distorted sounds. When you listen to Duster, you feel hypnotized. It's like you're in this strange place between awake and a dream. You're taken away from reality, and time seems to stand still. And if you can close your eyes and really listen, it's almost like you can see the music, and it becomes a part of you. You feel the distortion in your bones, and you can touch the nostalgia that the music makes you feel. Duster reminds us of a time when things were simpler, when the only thing that mattered was having fun. And that's what Duster is to me.